Overflows. Satori, the beginning of enlightenment. Satori is the state of a person becoming enlightened. When Satori gets crystallized, your inner space is full of light. This crystallized state of inner light is enlightenment. This is why Gautam Buddha gave message to be light unto yourself. This is the stage when drop merges into the ocean. This is the near shore of enlightenment. The river of enlightenment needs the other shore for riverbed for enlightenment to flow like undercurrent. There is nothing to get. The only thing that you have to do is to get rid of greed, ambition, and all goals. The day you come to the understanding that the way things are is perfect way, indeed you have attained. The day you recognize the fact that things cannot be better than this, suddenly you have exploded into a new light, into a new being, into a new consciousness. You come to the ultimate realization that there is nowhere to go. Then one lives moment to moment. This is Samadhi. Samadhi is meditative trance. It comes from the two words sam means equal and dhi means complete absorption of intelligence. A person in Samadhi has the same level of consciousness as his worshipful deity. But many times you get it and it is lost. You get it again and again it is lost. Then it is known as mini Satori. Mini Satori means a glimpse. There is every possibility that you may lose it. Such glimpses come to you again and again along the way. When such glimpses come and disappear, this is known as mini Satori. And when glimpses elongate and last for longer time, then it is called Satori. Hundreds of mini Satoris together bring a lasting experience, and this is what Satori is. Satori is a Zen word used to explain the small opening or window into the existence. And then one day, these experiences and what is Samadhi. A mini Satori is a guarded statement about Satori. It means that you can lose it if you are not aware. Mini Satori requires you to be aware moment to moment, and if you are not very alert, you are bound to lose it. And as awareness grows and you are very alert, it can elongate into a Satori. A Satori is an experience which has become established and there is no way to lose it. Sometimes you have experience, it comes and goes. When this experience becomes permanent, or whatever the experience is, then you cannot lose it. A mini Satori is an experience which has just come as a glimpse, as a fresh breeze. Suddenly you see that all the perception is available, the aperture opens. It is like the aperture of a camera, but it closes like a camera. Before a Satori, many mini Satoris happen. It all depends on you. Sometimes thousands of mini Satoris, sometimes hundreds, other times just a few, and sometimes just a single is enough for a lasting Satori. It depends on the person. Sometimes the first Satori can become first mini Satori can become the Satori, and there is no need to call it mini. It all depends on your awareness and state of innerness. But whenever it happens in any one of you, it is mini for a certain reason. Remember to be alert so that you do not lose it. It can certainly become a Satori. If I call it a Satori immediately, you will lose it because you lack awareness. Many of you are experiencing these moments. Osho calls it mini so that it can become a Satori one day. Even if it is Satori in the beginning, it will be called mini, a small aperture into the existence. In fact, the word mini has been the invention of Osho in contrast to Zen term Satori. Osho calls it mini for a very meaningful reason. Along the path of inward journey, you have to be very alert and careful. A man who attains to a mini Satori has become pregnant. Now he should be very careful, exactly like a pregnant woman. Moment to moment, she remembers that she is carrying a new life in her womb, and she is very alert and careful. So he is carrying something valuable within him. There is every possibility of miscarriage, just as it happens to a pregnant woman. To avoid miscarriage, Osho has called it as mini Satori. If I say it is Satori, you can become too confident. If I say it is Satori, you can become so confident and egoistic, and in that very confidence, the experience is lost. A mini Satori is a glimpse. It will depend on you. If you nourish it, nurture it, just like a pregnant woman nourishes and nurtures the fetus that is growing in her womb and cared about, it can one day grow into a Satori, a full developed child. But it is very soft and tender and fragile like a sprout. It can be destroyed very easily. Any accident can undo it. Therefore, each one of you has to be very careful when such glimpse is given to you. Remember, all that is great is fragile. The lower existence is hard. The higher existence is very fragile and soft. A rock is hard. A rose flower is soft. The rock will be there even if you do not care about it. But a rose flower needs great care. It is tender. A Satori that is fragile like a rose flower is mini Satori. And the day this glimpse happens, you have to be very responsible from that moment. The moment a woman conceives, she becomes very responsible and very alert and careful. You are answerable. Then you owe something. The existence has given you something that you have to take care of so that it is not lost or thrown away out of ignorance or negligence. It can be thrown away very easily. It is very difficult to get it back once it is lost. And then you are striving to experience the same moment again, but it will not happen. It is very easy to lose it. That is the reason Osho has called it as mini. And sometimes hundreds of mini Satoris happen before you become alert and things get established in you. There are some who had a preparation beforehand, or they have undergone along the path in some life or so, then it becomes easier. A mini Satori is a vision, and with a Satori, the vision has become your very style. So it comes like a glimpse. Then, as the process continues, this glimpse becomes your way of life. And then, what is Samadhi? In mini Satori, you get only a glimpse. In mini, you only get a glimpse. A Satori happens when you have become full of light inside. In Satori, you are full of light inside. Still, there is a separation between you and the whole. Although you have become the full of light inside, but you are separate from the whole. A Satori is a state of a person becoming enlightened. When Satori gets crystallized, your inner space is full of light. This crystallized state of inner light is known as enlightenment. This is the reason Gautam Buddha gave the message to be light unto yourself. Apo Deepo Bhava. This is the state when drop merges into the ocean. This is the near shore. There are two shores of a river bed. River is simply a flow bound by two shores, near and far. Between them, as the water flows, it forms a bed. And so this is the near shore, and the river of enlightenment needs the other shore for river bed, for enlightenment to flow like an undercurrent. So as you proceed along the life's roads, you are flowing with that light that has become a part of you. Enlightenment is the crystallization of inner light. Satori is a state of a person becoming enlightened. When Satori gets crystallized, your inner space is full of light. This crystallized state of inner light is enlightened. Buddha last message was, be a light unto yourself. When you are light unto yourself, this is the stage when drop merges into the ocean. Drop merging into the ocean is the near shore of enlightenment. The river of enlightenment needs the other shore for riverbed to be formed and enlightenment to flow like an undercurrent. The far shore or the other shore of the ocean, far shore of the river happens when the ocean merges into drop. So when the drop merges into the ocean, this forms the near shore. When the ocean merges into the drop, this is the far shore. Enough for now.